Testing.
It is semifinal Saturday. Mike Harper, Danny Hart behind the camera, and Grant Graves with you on the play-by-play. And boy, Mike, I can't remember a bigger game in this gym. It has certainly been a while for the Rangers to be on a stage that they're in today. They're ready. They're excited. This GLC tournament has gone right according to plan for Lakewood. Wins over Fairview, a great win, a dominating win the other night against Holy Name. And now they welcome in the Westlake Demons, who are the 2 seed coming out of the GLC West, that tough GLC West. We're really excited for this one today.
Yeah, I can't wait for this one. We've seen a few games in the past where they've been in control over the last, handful of games, and I just think that this is the first time that they're really going to see a team that's comparable to them at the competition, and they've been playing so well. So we'll see what we're made of.
Well, both Lakewood and Westlake have played so well. Westlake winners of 9 of their last 10, and you have the Rangers coming in as well, winners of 5 straight. And like you said, Mike, Lakewood has looked very good over the course of their schedule here to end the season. There's going to be a little bit of a firmer pushback against the purple and gold today, and that comes in the form of the Demons, coached by second-year coach Corey Rojek. They have quite the team, a lot of firepower, really good defensive effort all over the board from this deep Westlake squad. What are you expecting to see from the Demons?
Well, they've got a couple players in Weitzel and Gardner that are just tall, versatile players. They can play at all 3 levels of the floor, and so they can score in those multiple ways. They're just a tough tandem to deal with. And they've got a little bit more size than we do. So I'm looking for them to really, stress that vaunted Lakewood defense that we've seen. But I think we're up for the challenge, man. I think, in talking to Coach Work before the game, she likes the way they match up, and I do too.
It will certainly be fighting fire with fire, as we'll see pressure from both sides today, and neither team wants to go home early in this GLC tournament. It's been such a fun idea, so well executed by the conference, and we are really happy that we get games like this. So we're going to head down for the national anthem and starting lineups here on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood, and then we'll be back with Lakewood and Westlake. This is going to be a good atmosphere. We got a good student section. We got Mike Harper, Grant Graves, Danny Arth along with you on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. And like we said, both teams are coming in here hot, Mike. Neither want to go home and not have a chance in that GLC Championship game. The winner of this game would go on to play Rocky River or EC. We'll see how that one is decided. You can check that one out on GLC TV as well, along with this game today. But again, we're going to see 2 similar style teams that really like to play an up-tempo style, like to get in your face on defense. For Lakewood, what are some of the keys you think for them handling this little more athletic, little more skilled Westlake team, a team that they probably haven't seen yet, in a few games?
Well, I think it would be key to keep them off the boards. I said that they have a little bit more height than Lakewood does. So I think it's going to be imperative that we rebound. And I really want to see, I mean, we've seen these last few games with Lakewood really controlling the tempo of the game. They've been in control. So, I think Westlake is going to have a little something to say about that. So it'll be interesting to see the pace of play, who that really favors.
And you mentioned Katie Whitesell, the senior, having a great year. She is averaging 9.6 points per game. Along with her is Abby Gardner, the leading scorer, 10.5 points per game, putting in 7.1 rebounds per game as well. And then you have Morgan Kress, who's averaging 8.8 rebounds per game, 1.4 steals, 1 block a game. So she kind of does it all for the Westlake Demons. And as we got the starting lineups coming out here for Westlake, again, coached by second-year head coach Corey Rojek, we have Anna Williams, Katie Whitesell, Abby Gardner, number 14, Lauren Stanton, and number 22, Morgan Kress out there for the Demons, and a familiar starting 5 for that purple and gold team from Lakewood High School. It'll be number 2, Molly Hendrickson, number 3, Samantha Hudak, number 4, Sydney Hampton, number 10, Molly Pilgrim, and number 12, Delaney Garcia. Lakewood has the athletes, I think, to counter Westlake, but you're saying that size is going to be something that might give Lakewood some trouble. But I would be encouraged, if I'm Coach Work and company, that I have high-effort players. We've seen it from Molly Hendrickson this year, Sam Hudak. Sydney Hampton probably had her best game of the year against Holy Name in the quarterfinal. And then, of course, Delaney Garcia and Molly Pilgrim. They might not be height-wise where you would expect them to be when you match them up with Westlake, but I think that hustle and heart is going to come in big time today.
I think so, and I think I'm looking for the sophomore Garcia to be a problem for them as well. I think with her game and
absolutely
and the way she's matured over this year, I just think that she's going to be a handful to deal with as
absolutely. Well, one way to counter size is to attack size. Maybe get somebody like Whitesell or Kress on the bench maybe a little bit early is something that Delaney Garcia is certainly capable of in that offensive post game. Westlake in their green jerseys with gray trim, Lakewood in those classic whites with the purple trim. We're going to get to the center circle here. Number 5, Katie Whitesell. Number 12, Delaney Garcia, getting ready to tip off. Glad you're with us on the Lakewood Sports Channel. GLC Semifinal is off and running, and it's Lakewood ball to start this one. Buckle up, folks. This is going to be a good one.
Absolutely.
Hudak working into the middle. Got herself available there. No good. Nice contest by the Demons, and right away Lakewood goes into a trap there in the corner. Almost had a travel from the Demons, but here they come breaking out the other way.
That's something that Lakewood's been doing a lot of off of misses, throwing the press out there and giving some problems.
Deep 3 to start for the Demons, and nice rebound by Sam Hudak. That one from number 22, Morgan Kress, no good.
Yeah, see, Westlake has 5 players out there that will pull the 3. Like I said, they're tall, but, typically you don't see, you don't see them playing an inside game, except for Whitesell. You'll see her post every now and again.
Nice turnover by the Rangers after Garcia missed the open jumper. Into the corner it goes to Hudak. Hudak knocks it down. Sam Hudak's hot shooting year continues as her mid-range game has been a huge boon for the Rangers this year, and it'll certainly come up big in this GLC semifinal. And just seeing Westlake in person for the first time, you said it, Coach, their length is going to be an issue. They can really match up with anybody. They have some very talented, skilled, and tall players in that starting 5. Nobody boxed out number 5, Katie Whitesell, and that is an assignment you are not going to want to be late to. But Lakewood avoids disaster there and gets the ball back.
You see where Westlake took Whitesell and put her in the post. They'll do that.
Sure.
And I've seen her drop step and make some moves. So she's versatile in there.
It'll be important for Lakewood to stay a little bit out of foul trouble. That has been one of the things that has plagued Lakewood with their aggressive style.
Yeah. But we've also seen that Lakewood has some good depth in there too.
Nice take by Garcia. Put a shoulder into the Demon and got the bucket to go. Lakewood up 4 early.
Like I said, they got to deal with that sophomore.
Garcia aggressive early. Goes and contests the jumper there, but not enough to keep Abby Gardner off the scoring sheet.
So smooth. Did you see that?
It wasn't even like Garcia was there. You can tell she's practiced that one. Nice block underneath by Whitesell. And Westlake going to break out the other way. They're going to have a numbers advantage. 2-on-1. Pilgrim got back nicely. So did Hendrickson, almost forced to travel. Great job. And nice job by Hudak to keep her composure. She was fouled by number 14, Lauren Stanton, the sophomore.
Great
and
hustle.
boy, those
Molly
are the
Hendrickson
little
on that.
things by Hendrickson and Pilgrim just walling up there, making the offense make the decision. She cut them off early and really made that one tough. It looked like it was going to be a 3-on-1, but it ended up becoming almost a 2-on-2 there.
See, that's the senior hustling. I like to see that.
Great signs already from this Ranger squad who's been waiting for this moment.
They're gonna. I can see already. They're gonna face guard Molly Hendrickson.
No, and I think Molly, if you would ask her, she probably was a little more open in these first two games of this tournament than at any point during the year. So she's going to have to move without the ball, which she is great at, and get her shots. And like you said, it's going to take a full effort, and Garcia's effort has been on display so far as she came up with the steal, but it was stolen right back by Anna Williams.
Anna Williams got sticky fingers.
Wow, look at
She's
Westlake
tough.
come back in transition as Katie Weitzel got underneath the hoop in good position and was fouled.
Yeah, Anna Williams got sticky fingers. She's a tough and feisty defender. It's going to be interesting to see too. It looks like they're going to put her in face guard Molly Hendrickson a little bit with this. Coach Rojak told me before the game. He said, "Yeah, I was watching film on Hendrickson and she can shoot." So
it's hard. It's hard not to see her pop out on film. Certainly.
Yeah, he's well aware of the task at hand.
Number 4, Anna Williams, the senior, averaging 1.3 steals per game for the Demons. And, boy, I was just impressed by how quickly they turned that defense into offense there.
Absolutely.
Second free throw up and no good. Lakewood catches another break there, looking to capitalize the other way. So glad you're joining us on the Lake Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. Pilgrim launches a 3. That one is good. Molly Pilgrim, she doesn't need her feet set. Find the orange cylinder and connect from deep. That was a great shot. A little off kilter there, but she got it to go. Hudak playing physical against Whitesell. Hampton going for the steal. This one is Williams from deep, no good, and Lakewood has done a great job rebounding so far because Westlake, they're going to try to hit those offensive boards.
Well, see, those guards, Hudak and Hampton are in sync, man. So
yes.
After going for the steal, Sam knew to drop back and pick up her man, and I thought they just did a fantastic job there.
Here comes Westlake in transition. All 5 players can dribble and take it and push it the other way.
They can.
Nice crossover there. Garcia stayed in a great position and got the rebound. Boy, Delaney Garcia has been the story early on in this one. Tough to contain.
She's
underneath
a problem.
There.
She's a problem for
Morgan
Westlake.
Crest, 9.4 points per game, 8.8 rebounds per game. It is a tough one if you are looking to corral her, but Garcia did a great job there.
We see Anna Williams is solely face guarding and not letting Hendrickson touch the ball. I used to love to do that with a good shooter or a good offensive player. Listen,
sure.
It's almost like a boxing one. It's like that one, just you don't pay attention to anything else
right.
but her. We don't worry about where the ball is. You just stay in her face.
And you can't blame Westlake because you had to see on film, again, Molly Hendrickson's shooting ability this year, but she's also the momentum creator for this team, too. When she gets going from deep, the team just seems to play with a little bit of swagger. And talk about all the swagger you could want. Delaney Garcia is all over the place in this one. The sophomore is really showing out.
So what makes it hard is you can't afford to face guard once other people start getting hot.
Sure. When
So
there's
now-
no help to come on that. I mean, it was a great move by Garcia, but usually you would expect somebody to come over and
Right.
help. If you have one person with one assignment, it becomes less, a moving parts than
Absolutely.
one-on-one defense, which Garcia is happy to exploit. As Jackie Hudak checks in for Sam Hudak. 9-2 the Rangers lead, and are looking good early on here, but that was a miscommunication underneath, but the layup is missed by Abby Gardner, shooting 50%.
That's a rarity.
53%, from two-point range this year. That is a rarity, especially with how open she was, but great block on the other end by Kress.
Yep.
Averaging 1 block per game, and there it is. That one pulled deep from Westlake there. No good.
It's interesting. Timochuk that's just come into game number 1. She can shoot it.
Well, when you are not hesitating from that range, you know you have the green light.
Yep.
As the putback, however, was good for Westlake, and they cut this lead to 5. Been impressed with the Rangers. They are decisive, again, what you said, the face guarding, that can throw your offense off a little bit because, you screen and you curl like Lakewood likes to do in their motion. Oh, Molly's supposed to be here or Molly's supposed to.
Watch number 4, Anna Williams. She doesn't care where the ball is. She doesn't care at all.
No, getting to know number 2, i.e. Pushing it the other way now. Westlake can really move in transition. Subbing into the game, Ella Henton. And like we said, Lydia Timachek in there as well. Freshman and a sophomore. And, man, if you are a freshman getting time for this Demons squad that's won 9 out of their last 10, you are certainly well on your way to a good career.
Absolutely. And,
another foul for Lakewood.
Coach Rojak showing that he's got some confidence in his bench, and the first 2 off for freshman and sophomore.
Absolutely.
Which is really cool. Speaking of bench, here's the chess match now, right? We've got subs coming in, and we've seen some good things out of Brigham McKenna. And
absolutely. McKenna, I think, will fit right into how Lakewood's playing today. And Carroll checks in as well, who's done a great job rebounding for the Rangers this year.
It's interesting. Both teams really respecting the other, and you don't see a lot of full court press or anything.
No.
They're gonna play this thing straight up, right?
Well, and I think the pace will be a little different for both teams. And, I think Lakewood would certainly say a lot of their points have come via the full court press in transition this year. So watching them in the half court, they've done a great job so far with 9 points.
For sure. When
you have a team like Westlake that held a really, really good Rocky River squad, who this Lakewood squad respects a ton, to just 33 points, it's hard to score in the half court on them.
Absolutely.
Hudak, the set shot, no good. Nice box out and rebound by Abby Gardner, averaging 7.1 of those per game on the season. Garcia checking back in quickly for the Rangers. Nice job by Pilgrim to get in the passing lane. Hampton flashing the other way. Hudak, thought she had a nice catch there, but it just went out of bounds as Garcia will check in from Pilgrim. Good shift from Molly.
Hampton hit her just a little too late. She was too far under the rim at that point.
Hudak checks in for Hampton, give her first breather of the game.
So it's interesting. So now you got Garcia and you got Sam Hudak back in.
Right.
Give a little bit more firepower back on the floor.
Carroll and Garcia sharing the floor. Again, we talked about that 2 big lineup that Coach Work has been, no pun intended, but working in. Nice cut there by number 5, Katie Weitzel, but the pass from Timachek just a little too wide. Glad you're joining us on the Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. This is a good one. GLC Semifinal. It's one of 2 semifinals taking place today. Lakewood and Westlake, and on the other side it is River and EC. That is going to be a slugfest as well out there at the Coliseum.
Absolutely.
Garcia thought about a 3. She's going to take a 3. No closeout. Oh, that one almost took a trip down.
I love that shot, Coach. I think with her ability to shoot that shot, they're going to have to pull out on her.
Absolutely. Westlake is getting acquainted with Delaney Garcia. She's having a great game so far. Timachek thought about it. Blocking foul on Hudak, as that will result in a sideline that's out of bounds with some subs getting ready to check in. It'll be Sarah Coleman into the game and number 14, Lauren Stanton, checking in for Williams and Timachek. They're going to have to go in sets here. It's tough to face guard Molly Hendrickson. That can take a lot out of you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hampton coming back into the game for Hudak, I believe, for some foul trouble.
Both teams trusting their bench early on.
Nice move, but a traveling, wow. Delaney Garcia's post defense so far today has been exceptional.
Fantastic. That was textbook.
GLC semifinal. Glad you're joining us on the Lakewood Sports Channel. If Lakewood wins this one and EC wins their game, this GLC Championship matchup will be in Elyria Catholic's gym. Nice
Delaney Garcia with
by
the mid-range.
Garcia. Big smile across the face of the sophomore. She knows this is a big game, and she is stepping up.
She's a gamer.
Lakewood scrambling on defense. Hampton doing a nice job moving her feet. Look at that, D. Look at that tip away by McKenna. Lakewood all over the place right now with just 30 seconds remaining in the quarter.
They are swarming.
Into the corner. Westlake nowhere to go. Might see some deep three-pointers to try to soften up this Lakewood defense. What a job, and the crowd getting into it. It's just too much of a hold there as the whole bench on its feet for the Rangers. Just 20 seconds remaining. Just to finish that thought, if Lakewood wins and Rocky River wins, Lakewood being the 1 seed, that GLC championship would be here. If Rocky River wins and Westlake wins, that championship game would be at Rocky River, with the west side hosting the championship game if the seeding is the same, because you got similar seeds. EC obviously would hold the trump card over everybody if they were to win. So we're not sure where the GLC championship game will be. We're hoping it's going to be on the GLC TV network, and we'll keep you updated as we know. But so far, a 6-point advantage for the Rangers. Got to be happy with your effort so far.
Absolutely. They've done such a good job. That before the foul, that last defensive stance tells you what's going on out there. And this is the vaunted defense we've been seeing these last few games. And it's nice to see against a team with a little bit more firepower like Westlake it holding up.
Yes. And I've just been impressed with their half-court defense because there's a lot to account for Westlake in terms of their ability to shoot it. We've seen some nice post moves already, but nobody has done a better job at walling up than Delaney got. What a play by Westlake. Good design there. Just put Jackie Hudak on her back heel for a second, but that was enough room for Lakewood to score the layup. Well-coached Westlake team, same with Lakewood. You know that it's going to come down to some of those set plays and some of those moments where you can catch a team napping. 3 seconds remaining. Hudak's going to have to put it up. I'm not sure if she shoots the clock. She doesn't, and that possession will go for naught as Lakewood leads 11-7 here. But, hey, if your goal was to win the first quarter, which it usually is for this Lakewood squad, you've accomplished that. But Westlake coming on a little bit at the end of that first stanza there. A nice play drawn up by the Westlake staff there. I think you can expect some more sets to be drawn up just because some of that free flow and stuff wasn't getting through this Lakewood defense, which it hasn't all year. But, I think Westlake has a few more tricks up their sleeves.
Yeah, I mean, if they're patient, but it takes a lot of patience to get those easy back doors, and that you have to really be committed to running through your sets. I thought both teams did a really good job on last couple defensive stands.
Yes. This is going to be a tight one. It's going to come down to those, those sidelines out of bounds and the free throw shooting. I thought Lakewood did a nice job there. 5 fouls on them, however, already. Yeah. Westlake didn't convert on their free throws probably like they wanted to in that first stanza. So it'll be interesting to see how this game evolves. Glad you're joining us on the Lakewood Sports Channel. We want to tell you about the Journey Basketball Showcase that's happening April 2nd and June 4th. For 8th to 11th graders, contact Joe Sagine at journeybasketballclub@gmail.com if you're interested in signing up for 3-on-3, 4-on-4, or 5-on-5 days on April and June.
So we see the starters back in. Oh, man, Westlake run a little flex action.
To get an open three-pointer, look good from number 22, Morgan Crest, but that one's going to go out of bounds and go back to the Rangers.
Yeah, Westlake ran a little flex action. I think had a couple open looks. Lakewood's really got to communicate now through that.
As the second quarter is brought to you by Harrington Moving on the Lakewood Sports Channel here. Garcia's post move no good, and now Westlake pushing it in transition. Boy, is it impressive to watch them work. That one no good. I believe it was thrown off Hampton's leg last.
Yeah, I think so.
Katie Weitzel has been impressive pushing that ball in transition.
Yeah, I think they're willing to run with the Rangers,
Certainly. Henriksen, good defense there, and the rebound. What an effort by Henriksen after a good move by Lauren Stanton. She got in there and had a good look at that, but Ollie Henriksen didn't foul and kept her feet and then got the box out going quickly. Lakewood will use that defensive effort and will try to match it with some of their offense. No good there, and Westlake will have a chance to come back. Trailing by 4, but that is no lead too big for the Demons.
Nope.
It's almost been, watching them for the first time, Coach Harper, it's almost been impressive because as an announcer, okay, this is a ball handler, but it's hard to keep track because Westlake can have many, many different players put it on the ground and initiate their offense, making it very dangerous. As Hudak, a dangerous take there, and she was fouled.
Yeah, Sam Hudak's going to put a little pressure on this defense now. I like that drive. That was a nice move.
We've given a lot of credit to Westlake's size, but what we haven't talked about is Lakewood's agility, Lakewood's ability to break you down off the dribble and in transition. It's hard to keep those Rangers in front, as most of the GLC has seen this year. And a trip around the orange cylinder. A one-way ticket to the nylon.
But you see the size that you see in guard. I mean, Gardner she's a tall guard.
Sure. Right.
Crest.
And so is Weitzel.
Yeah, and Weitzel is that too. But I think of all of them, she has the most post-up prowess.
Sure.
As long as you're not dealing with big bangers and bruisers in there with your size, you can deal.
Well, and I think if you're checking things off for Lakewood, their defensive rebounding has been fantastic, which – it's one thing to guard the post move, but it's another thing to not give up second chances as well.
I like this with Henderson bringing the ball up herself.
It's got to get her involved a little bit. Lakewood's leading scorer on the year, Molly Hendrickson, got fouled there. She had 13 points the other night against Holy Name, and it was good to see Sydney Hampton with 10 points, getting into double digits. Scoring she is the engine of this team from her assist and her court vision, but she really took it to the rim. She had 8 points in the paint, so a really nice job by Sydney.
Oh, yeah. I think that's the next evolution of her game. I keep saying that when she becomes that player that can drop, 8 to 10 points a game to keep them honest, you know.
Because, again, like we talked about, face guarding a player like Henriksen, it becomes a one-on-one battle on the perimeter for everybody else as well.
For sure.
And Hampton, certainly we've seen her with a good in-and-out crossover, ability to finish some of those scoop layups. That'll come in handy today as the guard has kept evolving all season long here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Westlake working this one-on-one. Nice. Oh, boy, and they're going to call a foul on Sam Hudak, her third, and Coach Work can't believe it, and I don't think we can either. I thought she got into the gap pretty well there. It wasn't too physical.
No.
But, unfortunately, those are the breaks.
And that's a game changer, right?
That is a game changer.
Putting her on the bench is tough.
Jackie Hudak comes in and does such a nice job.
She does. She does a great job defensively. She doesn't have quite the firepower.
Sure, look at that, right on cue, getting a jump ball, and that one will go back to the Rangers. Right on cue, Coach Hart.
Yeah, the hustle on the defensive end and making plays like that is just the offensive prowess that her sister has is not quite there.
And that was impressive as well, because you would often say, okay, hey, I just got put in for somebody that draw there. I got to stay up. But no, she played aggressively there, trusted her instincts, and was able to get the ball back to the Rangers. Going to work a little horns action here. Hendrickson looked like it was a foul there on the jump shot. Sydney Hampton saying, hey, in the NBA, you got to rip through to get that one.
A little James Harden style.
That's right. Didn't know Hendrickson was a Nets fan. Pilgrim, nice fake underneath. Layup, though, deterred by the Demons.
Yeah, just a little off balance there.
Nice job by Hudak to get her hands in the passing lane. Working it around. Timacek thought about a three. Her take underneath. Great defense by the Rangers. And they're going to say that went off Lakewood, but it appeared it went off a Demon. It will stay with the Rangers. They got a better view than we do up here.
Yeah, I wonder if they thought it was deflected. Yeah, we were blocked out.
Glad you're joining us on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Coach Mike Harper, Grant Graves, Danny Arth behind the camera. It's been a fun one here in the GLC semifinal. Like we said, River and EC also playing right now. We will find out what our GLC Championship game is going to look like soon, as Coach Work is getting pretty frustrated with this crew, as Lakewood doing a nice job defensively, just a little too physical, however.
Yeah, that was a blocking foul. That's the thing about Gardner, man. She's so versatile. She can hit that three, and so you have to pull out there on her. Garcia was a little late getting through the screen action, and she went right around her. But like I said, I think, she's one of those players that can score at all three levels. She's got good mid-range game. You saw that in the first shot she hit. She can hit that three, and, she can get to the rack as well.
As her free throw up and good. Westlake starting to shoot a little better from the free throw line.
Yep.
But it has been one of the storylines. Garcia gets it at the nail. She's going to work. Garcia's layup no good. Nice defense by Abby Gardner. A tall task against the sophomore.
I'd love to see her keep developing when she turns over that right shoulder to use that left hand. She went back to that right hand again, and that's such a difficult shot.
Oh, my. A big smile comes across my face when I see the student section leader at the top of the bleachers is none other than boys varsity assistant Brian Higginbotham. And he can get the crowd going as good as anybody. As Hampton got in on the foul. and they're going to say just a little too physical on Anna Williams, and it's become a free throw shooting contest here in this second quarter. It's been a bit choppy, a bit physical as subs will come in due to the tempo of this one.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is kind of, we see, I think we see Coach Rojek talking to the ref a little bit about how physical it is.
Oh, yeah.
But this is what you get when you come to Lakewood. The Rangers will make it a physical battle.
Absolutely.
They're not afraid to mix it up.
That's another missed free throw, and that is a boon for the Rangers. Coming back the other way.
You can't come in here looking for a Sunday stroll, huh?
No, it is no longer the weekend when you step between the lines with the purple and gold. As Carroll's shot blocked underneath, and boy, I think Lakewood is having a tough time in the post in this second quarter, Coach Harper.
Cress is going to be a presence in there. That's what, our second block or so?
Absolutely. And they've no blocks, but shut down Garcia on the last few moves as well, as the defense chants are getting loud and feverish here. Clapping on the bench are the Rangers. Clapping along is the student section. Pilgrim went for the up and under, and what a move from Gardner. I think even the heatiest of defenders is going to bite at that one.
Yeah. Try to get her hand out of the cookie jar, but just got caught in there. She did a good job of throwing the hands up, but it was just that fraction earlier. Yeah, good move by Gardner.
Absolutely, as this GLC semifinal has been a good one as well. The crowd is fantastic today. Glad everybody got here safely after a kind of a crazy snowstormy week. But this has been a good matchup, and we're glad you're joining us on the Lakewood Sports Channel if you couldn't make it out in person. A little pressure here from Westlake, it looks like. Nothing too organized.
No,
I think it was just some token looks.
Exactly. Just make someone else bring the ball up a little bit.
This will be an interesting offensive lineup for the Rangers.
See Williams continuing to not pay attention to anything but Hendrickson.
Hendrickson launches, and the bank shot is good, and that gets the student section on their feet, and that gets Molly Hendrickson in the scorebook.
She's a bucket.
Absolutely.
she's tough.
You could kind of see it on that, as that shot no good, but right back to Wesley. You got to see it on that one. She's like, you know what? I've had too good of a year to let a little face guard and stop me.
Exactly. Give me just that fraction.
Westlake gets into the lane. What a spin move by Abby Gardner, and she is putting on a show in this second quarter with the up and under and the spin move. It's tough to keep her in front. What would you say, or what would you suggest in the huddle to a player that's being face guard? How do you still have an impact on the offensive end?
Well, continue to be aggressive, but I mean, set a couple screens off the ball for her. I mean, if they want to do that, then make Anna Williams really have to work hard to get through some screens,
And the old adage is sometimes the screener, as that one hits off Westlake and it'll come back to Lakewood, sometimes the screener is the next best option for a pass because those are the most dangerous times to receive a pass, get some shots off. And like you said, if you make Molly Hendrickson a screener, either she's popping or rolling.
Yeah,
it's going to make Westlake think a little bit.
I've seen the boys team Lakewood do a good job with some high screens.
Absolutely.
Seeing some of their shooters that set screens and then fade to get that open shot. So that's an option as well.
I remember reading that in Bob Knight's book a while back. The best way to get the ball is to screen for the ball.
Yep.
As a foul underneath, and it'll finally tip back the Rangers' way as they're starting to get these fouls a little more even. It's not to say that the fouls have been even. Lakewood has been put in some tough positions by the Demons.
Yeah.
As Coach Higgs is getting the Ranger fingers going up there in the stands.
I think I think the refs have done a good job. Good job
absolutely.
Like
we said, Westlake's going to put pressure on you to play a walled-up defense, and sometimes when you do, even they're going to make shots, and that's why they're winners of 9 of their last 10. They're 9-2 in the GLC West, which is one of the tougher basketball conferences in the state.
Yep, absolutely.
Whitesill going to rip from the corner, and Katie Whitesill, don't give her that much room, averaging 9.6 points per game on the season. She can light it up from the perimeter as Hampton loses that one. Going to go right back in for a foul, and now Lakewood has put Westlake into the double bonus with just 2 minutes remaining.
Yeah, and I wonder what that is on Hampton. I think that might be 2 or 3.
If that is, that's 2 of your starting guards on the bench with 3 fouls.
Yeah. That's the one you got to learn to let go, right? You know, you
a little
lose
frustration
foul.
You
lose it,
right.
then you just got to – I know human nature because they're aggressive.
Right.
You know, her and Hudak both, they've grown up playing together, and they were very aggressive.
Yes.
But, you know, that's where senior year you got to –
Absolutely. I mean,
that's the one you got to learn
Live
from.
to fight another day.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's what has made Lakewood so great is that continued and relentless effort on the defensive end this year, which has led them to their best record in a long time, 14-5, 11-1 in the GLC with a couple tournament wins and the jump ball. Oh, man, what a great heads-up play by the Demons to get themselves another chance at this one. Garcia thought she had the rebound. 2 Demons got their hands on it, and it will be Westlake ball baseline out of bounds. Great crowd on hand for this one. A couple of members of the student section rocking a beach theme today, which is the kind of optimist thinking that I appreciate.
Yeah, Whitesville's been pretty quiet except for 3, and it's interesting now. I wonder, you know, they're trying to see. Ooh.
As a physical play there, and that one is called a jump ball, which is going to bring some questions from the Lakewood bench. Is McKenna into the game for the Rangers now with Jackie Hudak. Garcia working it around. Into Carroll. Carroll works against Whitesville. Nice turn underneath. Tried the step through. That one no good. Ava Carroll got Whitesville underneath the rim. It was a great move to get her positioning. Just couldn't finish the layup. And they're going to call a foul there, a push on Carroll.
See, now with Gardner on the bench, well, we're getting Gardner back in now. I was going to say Katie Whitesville's kind of taking over that scoring punch. And she could do it. That's the thing about this. This is a tough 1-2 punch. You know?
And certainly they have taken it to the Rangers a little bit in this second quarter, but there you go, a missed free throw again. And Lakewood still has a 3-point lead, and I don't think if we blocked out the scoreboard right now and you see the way Westlake's playing, you'd say, boy, you would think they were up a few buckets, but Lakewood doing a nice job to weather this storm and this run. By the Demons as another missed free throw and great rebound by Garcia. It was poked away. Underneath it goes. Gardner to Kress. And a turnover leads to a Westlake layup.
Yeah, that seemed like bad luck there.
Carroll dribbles. She's going to be hounded by Gardner. Carroll looking for a guard. She finds it in Jackie Hudak. Whitesell working against Hudak now. And a timeout is called by head coach Julie Work with 1 minute and 5 seconds left, and Westlake is certainly turning up the temperature on the Rangers.
Coach working hard to get that timeout. It's so loud in here, though.
It is. It's a great atmosphere.
It's loud.
Today.
It's ruckus, and
we were talking pregame that you said this is one of those games where you're like, boy, as coaches you get up for this one, and you want to make sure you're doing everything you can for your squad because there's a lot on the line. And again, we talked about the GLC tournament is unique in the sense that this isn't an OHSAA playoff game. You're not going home after this. There's even a consolation bracket that the loser of this game will fall into. However, you're playing a team in your conference. It's a Saturday, great Saturday afternoon with a lot of people here. This feels like a playoffs atmosphere, and I think that's part of why the GLC tournament has been so successful because you can't replicate these moments and and the energy that this type of game brings.
I've really been a big fan of it. I know that there are coaches across the conference that are not, but I really do like this. I think it's just a good primer to get you ready for the OHSAA tournament.
17-16, Lakewood leads here. Just 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining as Sarah Coleman into the game for the Demons. Whitesell in there. Gardner, Kress as well, and number 33, Ella Henton, the freshman. Jackie Hudak, Ava Carroll, Brigid McKenna.
Now you see Whitesell not paying attention to anything but Henderson.
And they're going to call a travel on McKenna as she was hit. And it will be Westlake ball, much to the chagrin of the Lakewood student section. Garcia in there, Jackie Hudak, Molly Hendrickson, Sydney Hampton, and Ava Carroll. Just under a minute remaining, Westlake trailing by 1. Carroll got it back out there on Kress. That one is good. Morgan Kress shooting 34% from deep, and that one is good. Westlake their first lead of the day. 18-17, the Demons lead. That pass a little too wide, and Lakewood getting a little sped up right now.
Just got to calm down a little bit.
Will there be a time you think Lakewood might go into a little bit of pressure, or maybe that's something you talk about at halftime?
Yeah, probably at halftime. I think they've done a good job without it thus far.
Sure.
It's honestly, Westlake is just kind of now hitting shots.
Right,
you know?
and I think, right.
I mean,
Ava Carroll was there for the contest on Crest, but again, just a good shooter, shooting 34% from three. That's no fluke. Inside it goes. Carroll tied it up. Hampton tied it up. She was tripped, and they're going to call a foul for that trip. As Whitesell was down on the ground for a second. She gets up. Good to see everybody come out of that collision okay. And I believe that's going to be 1-1. That is. Lakewood will have a chance to take back the lead with just a second and a half left here in the first half. It's been a good first half.
It's been a great first
17-18,
half,
you would think, these two teams would have a little more scoring punch. But I think the nature of this game, the emphasis on the defensive end, not giving in an inch, has led us to some really quality basketball here.
Absolutely.
Hampton's first one, no good. Can't split the 1-1. This one will run down. Westlake won't try a desperation heave. And at the half, it is Westlake 18, Lakewood 17. And again, we talked about some of the signature wins that Westlake has on their schedule so far. They had a win against Bay, a big win against EC, a win versus Mags. And in all those games, a little bit of a lower scoring affair.
Yeah.
They held the opponent and made life miserable for them. And we're certainly seeing that, but I know the coach work and staff will go into the locker room, and we'll definitely have some exciting basketball in the second half and some answers here from Lakewood.
Oh, yeah, it's a fight fire with fire type deal. It's a defensive battle.
Yep.
And, like I said, Westlake just hit some really big shots down the stretch. And, they missed some free throws, too. So, I don't know. We got one of the things that's really, I think, bugging Lakewood is this face guarding of Molly Henderson. I mean, that's a lot of firepower that's kind of on the shelf there. And, you were able to weather the storm a little early with Garcia hitting, her shots early. Maybe trying to feed the ball a little bit to her a little bit more. Then Sam Hudak gets in foul trouble. She has to go to the bench, so that's more firepower off the floor. I don't know. I guess we'll get in the second half and we'll see. I don't know about pressure just yet there, Coach, but going to have to make some adjustments.
Yep, absolutely. And we can't wait to see him in the GLC semifinal. We'll be back with second half action here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. All right, I'm here with our number one Lakewood Sports Channel fan, Corey. Corey, good first half from the Rangers. They held the lead for nearly the whole time. What were you seeing from Lakewood?
They were leaving Westlake open way too much, and they got in foul trouble too much. And
a little bit of foul
defense.
trouble. But I think I like Lakewood's chances in the second half. You were saying something about defense down there.
Yeah, we need to start playing defense. Molly and everybody that is in the paint need to box out and keep getting the rebounds, and then keep playing defense.
Lakewood has done such a great job this year. It's been such a fun season, hasn't it, Corey?
Yes, it has.
And we don't want to see it end today.
Nope.
Any shout-outs you want to give?
Yes. Shout out to Lily. Shout out to Tostic. Shout out to Mr. Walters. Mr. Walters is watching from home.
Yeah, all right.
Go Rangers.
That's
and my family members watching today.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on, Corey. Always good to have our number one fan here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. We appreciate it, buddy, and we're looking forward to a good second half.
Shout out to all the kids down there, too.
Yeah, you're rocking the student section. We need you to get that student section nice and loud. Thanks for coming on, Corey. Appreciate it. As we're going to have Danny Arth come on here for our Arth All-Star at the half. And Danny, it's a little bit of a tight game right now because this one means a lot. You can see both teams, there's no lapses on defense, anything like that. So who are your Arth All-Stars? Let's start on the Lakewood side.
I got Molly Hendrickson right now. She's got 6 points, and she's playing a very physical game, back and forth on the offensive side and the defensive side.
And normally with Molly, it comes from the perimeter. If she has 6 points or 9 points or 12 points, it's usually because she has that many threes. But today it's been a little bit different. She's getting to the free throw line. She made a nice bank shot there. And they're face guarding her, so she's doing a really nice job. And what do you have on the Westlake side?
I got Ella Henton. She's got 4 points right now. And she's really helped her team with that last-second surge.
And really impressive, Ella Henton, number 33, a freshman on this Demon squad. That is impressive from her. Well, Danny, it'll be a good second half. What do you think the Rangers need to do to advance to the GLC Championship in the second half here?
I think they got to play a really good defensive second half. It's been very physical in the first half, and I think they can keep this up.
Absolutely. Well, Danny, thanks for coming on at the half. Danny Arts All-Stars at the half. And it's always one of my favorite segments. Hopefully we'll have another broadcast here, and it'll be the GLC Championship. Thanks, Danny.
Thank you.
And we want to tell you about the Journey Basketball Club Hooper Showcase. It'll be on April 2nd and June 4th from 2 to 6 p.m. for 8th. $99 per showcase or $150 for both. There's going to be awesome media coverage, interview prep, a full club at gmail.com, and that is at the Splash Zone out in Oberlin. Well, Coach Harper, just 2 minutes before we kick off in the second half, what do you think we're gonna see from the Rangers here as this one continues to roll on?
It will be interesting to see. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do just yet, but I tell you, we've got to make sure that we take care of this foul situation.
Yeah, it's going to be tough with some of your more potent offensive players in foul trouble. They're going to have to find solutions, and they're going to need people to step up from different, from different points, which they have not seen, so far today. But with the scoring the way it is, Lakewood, they came out 9 points early on in that first quarter, ending up with 17 here at the half, and they're going to look to be a little more consistent on the offensive end.
Absolutely. I think, though, if you can stay out of foul trouble, you can keep the players on the floor. We can do some things. I don't know. I liked what they did with the bench. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Maybe a little zone to squelch the foul trouble if we get into that a little. I don't know.
Well, to some extent, you got to give, and we certainly have. We got to give a big shout out, or a lot of credit to the Westlake Demons because it's one thing to play your style and what have you, but Lakewood usually can force some teams into things that they don't want to do. It's been good by the Westlake Demons to attack and get Lakewood in foul trouble. So credit to them.
For sure. It'll be interesting. It's Coach Rojak, man, and he's got a lot of championship experience, Spent 11 years out in Goodyear, Arizona.
Absolutely.
And won 2 state titles out there.
Really impressive resume.
Really. Wycliffe kid, walked on at Cleveland State. And
go Vikings.
After 11 years, came home. 2 years ago to take over this job. It's pretty cool, man.
Absolutely, as we got a cool second half coming up for you as that one's kicked around to start. As they are diving on the floor. This one means everything to the Rangers and the Demons, and a quick timeout to start here just to gain possession for Westlake.
Yeah, it's a tough one. You have to give up a timeout that early, but
sure.
I think possession is going to be very important in this game, as we can see, so I understand it.
Yeah, you're right. Is side out of bounds here.
I'm really looking for the adjustment Lakewood's going to make to see if we can get Molly Hendrickson open a little bit more, right?
Nice post position there and a nice layup
Too
by
big,
number
too
11, Abby
tall,
Gardner.
right?
But certainly I think you're going to want to see some of that from the Rangers. You said it. Hampton working it on the perimeter. Westlake coming up with it. And they forced a few turnovers here in this last segment of play. Nice layup there by number 14, Lauren Stanton. And Westlake has come out of the locker room with a quick 4 points.
Lakewood's got to compose themselves a little bit here.
Third quarter presented by NewCastle Roofing here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Owned and operated by LHS physics teacher Dave Hilly.
It's a great drive by Sydney Hampton. Just got to finish that, right?
Yep, Lakewood just got to see some shots fall here, and I believe the floodgates will open. Nice cross screen there. Just couldn't get the layup to go, but Westlake's done a couple nice things in their half-court actions today.
They really have done some good things to get Abby Gardner open.
Pilgrim from deep. That one no good. Hudak got the offensive rebound. Big boon for the Rangers, but a turnover there. What a move by number 14, Lauren Stanton, behind the back. She finds a cut. Blocked by Pilgrim. Blocked by Pilgrim.
That's what I'm talking about. That was
really
fantastic.
nice effort. That one was almost spoken for, but Molly Pilgrim took it away, and unfortunately a travel. You said it, Mike. They got to really kind of just feel themselves out on offense and not try to push a little too much, and I think that'll be the theme of the timeout for Coach Work here as we can tell you about NewCastle Roofing.
Yeah, it's such a great play, and they come up with a great defensive play there, and then to turn it right back over, it's just that hurts,
It certainly, if you're Lakewood, you kind of look at the stats from the second quarter to now, and you're saying, man, Westlake has just had more attempts than us. It's not that Lakewood isn't knocking down shots; it's that you got to maximize your attempts, which is obviously, something that I think Coach Work is communicating right now. The effort has not been. Poor for the Rangers today. It's just a little overdoing it in some respects. As we want to thank NewCastle Roofing for sponsoring Lakewood Sports Channel in the third quarter here. They specialize in residential roofing and repairs, gutters, siding, windows, doors, masonry, skylights, and commercial flat roofs. Call LHS physics teacher Dave Hilly and NewCastle for a free quote today at 440-930-2399 as Lakewood will stay with their starting five here: Hampton, Henriksen, Pilgrim, Garcia, and Hudak. And for the Demons, it is Kress out there, Williams, Weitzel, Gardner, and number 14, Lauren Stanton.
Nice lefty shooter, Stanton.
Absolutely. Got to watch out for all five of these Demons.
Yeah, Westlake looks like they're running a little bit of their five-out weaving action.
Looking to maybe spread them out and get a shot from the perimeter. Lakewood's done a nice job of limiting the three-point shots from Westlake today.
They have all five players that can put the ball on the floor.
Absolutely. Nice block there by Garcia. Kept it in bounds. And a really, really smart play by Garcia to get that tip ball. Hudak into the middle. That one is good. The back of the rim deadened that one and got it to go.
Beautiful.
Nice job by Lakewood, and hopefully that's the spark they need. As Weitzel underneath. Nice defense by Pilgrim. Tipped it to Henriksen. And Lakewood with two stops in a row, looking to make it 2 buckets in a row. Hampton got on the other end. They're going to say Weitzel used the body to block that one. And it'll be Hampton going to the free throw line. Lakewood trailing by 3.
See, here's the thing, like when you're being face guarded like that in the half-court set, the more you can get the ball and bring it up yourself, the better off it is. She makes great decisions with the ball in her hand. You saw that, how she pushed that up to Hampton on that one?
As Sydney knocks down the first free throw there.
Plus, then, if she has the ball in her hand, you can initiate high screen and rolls. You can do
Absolutely.
some things like that. You already got the ball in her hand.
Absolutely. It has been one of the things that has unlocked Lakewood's offensive potential this year, as that one spent some time on the rim there, eventually fell in as Hampton connects on both and makes this a 1-point game. Energy's high in the gym right now. Number 1, Lakewood. Number 2, Westlake going at it for a chance to play in the GLC Championship. Westlake continue to goes in the post. No travel is caused. And that one was taken away by the Rangers. Hampton the other way. Nice defense by Weitzel. And a trap initiated by the Rangers. But, boy, look at number 4, Anna Williams, get out of there. Three-pointer from Gardner. That one no good. Henriksen jumped on that one in a great textbook box out by the senior. Good sequence there from both teams. And usually if Abby Gardner's lining up a three-pointer there, shooting 30% on the year, you can count that one. But fortunate for the Rangers, that one didn't go in. That one right to Hudak. And that one is in. Sam Hudak has used the back of the rim nicely today to deaden a couple of those layups. Boy, Westlake comes back fast. But that one
Lakewood
thrown into a double team.
How fast did Lakewood recover on that one, though?
I mean, Westlake felt like they were running back, but Lakewood already had 4 people behind the ball and enough people behind the ball to initiate a double team in the post. Henriksen pulls up, and that bank shot is good. Molly Henriksen, 2 bank shots today.
There you go. You see what we're saying? She initiates the offense with the ball in her hand. Set some screens and let her go.
Nice job by Henriksen. The give and go there. Lakewood needs to play good defense here. They have been the last few possessions, and blocked by Garcia. Blocked again by Garcia. Woo! Lakewood is retaking the momentum here in the third quarter.
Fantastic.
Westlake getting where they want to go, but the Lakewood Rangers are right there, lockstep and key. Hendrickson got fouled on the. They're gonna give her 3 shots. It appears they're gonna call foul on Williams, and boy, Hendrickson being aggressive in this third quarter has really changed the tide here in the GLC semifinal.
Well, you know, sometimes, Grant, you just cannot be denied, right? Like, I mean, seriously, like if you're the player that we know she is,
absolutely,
press the issue, right?
And I think knowing the type of person Molly is too, right? You're saying, well, I'm face guarded. That means everybody else should get involved, and I should do. I think probably I don't want to speak for the coaching staff, but I think part of the conversation in the locker room had to be Molly. We trust you with the ball in your hands, even if it looks like a low percentage shot. If she gets going, that means good things for the Rangers, and you're not going to get going without trying. And boy, a big credit to number 2 for getting to her spots. And again, like we said, we haven't seen her make many bank shots this year, but she's done what it's taken to get the Rangers into this
2
one
tonight, right?
Absolutely.
Here's the thing, man. I mean, momentum shifts in this game have been crazy.
Wow. If you would have, I mean, the way the Rangers started that third quarter, if you would have told me with just under 4 minutes to go, if they would be up 5, you know, it is a testament to Lakewood staying in this one. But their defense has sparked it, Coach Harper. And as Weitzel can't be denied for long, but Garcia has 3 blocks, I believe, in this quarter. Pilgrim has 1. Lakewood doing what it takes to get into the GLC Championship game. What a move by Hudak. She puts it up and in. Pilgrim was open underneath the hoop, but I think Hudak had different plans in mind, and luckily that one went in as Lakewood up by 5 here, and this is a critical moment.
She is feeling it. Love
3 minutes to go here. Weitzel with it. This is who the Demons want. The ball in her hands. It's tipped away, but they're going to say that was because the arm was hit, and this will be a baseline out of bounds. Sideline out of bounds as Carroll checks in for Garcia. Lakewood doing a much better job this half, Coach Harper, of not fouling. Like you said, that was going to be a key to the second half. Just 1 second-half foul for the Rangers here. No announcer's jinx on that one. Pilgrim working. Nice spin move underneath, but no good from the freshman Henton. You'll take that shot if you're the Rangers.
Absolutely.
Hudak working. She's been on fire here. Hampton, that one's stolen away by Hampton, returns the favor.
Good hands by the freshman there, huh?
Absolutely, and it leads to a foul on Lakewood. And again, you got to be careful with the foul situation the way it is. Good crowd on hand for this one as Jackie Hudak checks in for the Rangers.
Was that last one on Sam Hudak?
I'm not sure. I hope it was not.
Yeah.
Timacek is in there for the Demons. Give them a little bit of a shooting punch from the perimeter. That could soften up Lakewood's good interior defense right now. Nice fake by Williams. She was all alone. Found Whitesell underneath, and she is fouled. And if that one's on Hampton, that's going to make – they're going to call that one on Pilgrim. 29-24.
Westlake's running some nice action
Absolutely.
in there for Gardner and Weitzel. It's tough.
Right, and when
really
your
have to
attention
talk.
goes to Weitzel, you know, and I thought that play was made by Williams there because and nobody would have blamed her if she would have shot
Right.
that three, but she put the ball on the floor, she made the defense adjust, and that's going to open up Weitzel underneath. And you can tell these Demons know one another. They know the spots that each other likes to get in, and that's a testament to the work that this team has put in this year. 11-7, 9-2 in the GLC, winners of 9 of their last 10. This team's coming together at the right time.
Coach Rojek told me that they took a trip down to Florida.
Yes.
Went 1-2. He said they played some really tough teams. You know.
Sure.
You know, you look at a non-conference schedule with Mags in it, St.
Right.
St. Joe's in it. So yeah, I mean, they're battle tested.
Absolutely. And ready for the OHSAA and the GLC tournaments. Nice job underneath by Lakewood not to foul on that drive. Garcia pushing it the other way. Hampton with it. She puts her back to the basket to work. Hampton no good on that one. Bodies all over the place. Look at Carroll get back on defense. Did a nice to get there. And Ava Carroll deflects that one off Weitzel. And boy, that is one of the plays of the day right there by Carroll to go with step for step with Weitzel getting down the floor.
That was key.
Again, Westlake creeping back into this one with their momentum. They're just down 3 and really putting the pressure on Lakewood now. Under 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. We're under 10 minutes remaining in this one, and boy, it's been a good one. This is the type of GLC semifinal you wanted to see from these two teams as Henrikson's take well done but knocked out of bounds by the Demons.
I like that. I like Henriksen taking that ball to the racks. You just got it deflected at the end there.
Lakewood working it around.
That was a good lane.
Hudak works with Garcia. Carroll has this one underneath. She's going to look for an option. Lakewood needs to move off the ball here. Hampton's going to set up the offense. Always a good idea for the Rangers. She's working it around. Henriksen with the pick. Nice drop down underneath to Garcia. That one blocked underneath by Gardner. And boy, they, like you said, Coach Harper, they have been impressive in all facets today, the Westlake Demons.
See, that was a time that Garcia used her left hand there, but she didn't have established position in there.
Right. That was one of her
leaning,
weaker
leaning,
moves. Right.
fading away. You know, I need to see that with her going into
Yes.
the body like she did on that very first post move.
That's right. That was the move that set the tone for this one. 29-26, the Rangers lead, just a minute 19 remaining in the third quarter. Garcia has it underneath. She's going to work again. Now she gets the shoulder in. Right?
That's what I'm talking about.
And again, folks, if you don't know, the broadcast is played over the loudspeakers here at the high school. Sometimes it seems like that. And that one was knocked out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Lakewood there, much to the chagrin of the Demons, as number 15, Maria Kolokorsis, into the game for the Demons.
It's just that we've been around the game for a little while. we
Almost
might seem clairvoyant, or, but we've just been around the game.
We've seen our fair share.
Yes, sir.
Henriksen works off the pick from Hampton, but into the corner it goes, and that one was stolen away by Williams. Underneath, and there were 3 Rangers there, and no matter for Morgan Crest, as the junior averaging 9.4 points per game will go to the line to shoot a pair.
So Westlake's coming out in a little full court pressure here to see if they can, put that vice grip on the Rangers a bit.
Well, certainly it's something you want to try because Sam Hudak's gotten downhill, Cindy Hampton's gotten downhill a couple times, Molly Henderson, you've talked about it. That's what's gotten Lakewood back into this game. As another free throw up and good for Cress.
But
Cuts this Lakewood
I'll tell you
lead
right
to
now,
4.
the difference is not having Sam Hudak on the floor.
Right.
I mean, now you've taken that other scorer away, and
Garcia just got a little too far from the basket there. As her layup no good. Man, what a move by Williams. She could break a press all by herself. She's done it a few times today.
Heady. No panic in picking the ball up.
None. Kress thinks about the jump shot. That one no good. Nice rebound by Ava Carroll. A huge defensive stop for the Rangers. Up 4. 20 seconds remaining in the quarter. Hudak working it here. She goes to the wing, now to the corner. 2 post-ups happening at the same time for the Rangers. Henriksen, scoop shot, and they're going to call a foul. And again, much to the chagrin of the Demon bench. I know you're chuckling over there, Coach Harvey. You've been there before. As Henriksen did a nice job to draw the call.
Sometimes we don't think our teams ever foul.
No, I can't. I think I can count on one hand the amount of times I saw you during your coaching career go, yep.
Especially, and sometimes as a head coach, you have to look at your, assistant coaches and tell them, calm down.
Yeah, right.
Just calm down. They get so excitable,
Don't I know it? In soccer, they give you colorful cards to let you know how excitable you're getting. That free throw up and good for Henriksen. 6-point game here. This one is a good one. At the corner of Butts and Franklin, presented by NewCastle Roofing here on the Lakewood Sports Channel. Glad you're along with us. The winner of this game heads to the GLC Championship against the winner of River and EC. And I thought an elbow got into Carroll's face there. But no matter, Morgan Kress knocks in the 2-point jumper. And we got a 4-point game. We got 8 minutes remaining. And we got a trip to the GLC Championship on the line.
I think Ava Carroll, if she would have sold that a bit, if she would have flown, I think she could have gotten that offensive foul.
I think there's some Chris Paul videos she can watch on YouTube that will show her the way to handle those elbows next time.
Oh, yeah. It's an art. Well, we got to say it was a good one, man.
Absolutely. It was, and I thought, basketball is a game of runs, but I thought that quarter was a game of runs for both squads, and no team got too much of an advantage there. But Lakewood went down early in that third quarter and really weathered the storm. You said it, attacking downhill, getting to their spots. It's been a really good effort by the Rangers. As Coach Work emphatic in that huddle right now, it's 8 more minutes. A 4-point advantage separates you from your first ever trip to the GLC Championship. We can expect a good fourth quarter here, Coach Harper.
Oh, absolutely. It's going to be a tough one.
As Lakewood and Westlake getting set out here. Starting 5 out there for the Rangers. Keep an eye on Sam Hudak with 4 fouls. Westlake out there with number 14, Lauren Stanton. Weitzel, Gardner, Kress, and number 3, Sarah Coleman out there. A little different lineup for the Demons. Ooh, Hudak went for the steal there. Couldn't get it. That floater no good, and it's pulled down by Garcia. She's going to have to be careful with it, and she finds Hampton. Always a safe place for the ball. Hampton underneath. Hudak from the corner. Sam Hudak starts his fourth quarter out with a bang.
See, her back on the floor is the difference, I'm telling you. Not only in the way she's scoring, but her energy.
She did not hesitate there.
No, she didn't.
Because she didn't catch it cleanly. But she said, nope, this one's going up, and it went in. That one no good. What a rebound there by Garcia. And they're going to say it stays with Westlake underneath. But I can't credit the Rangers enough for their defensive rebounding today. It's been huge.
Great. Cress and Garcia are battling under there,
yes,
man.
Yes, they are.
They're going to be tired tonight.
There might be a jersey swap after the game for those two. And a push on Garcia underneath. But I was going to compliment the Rangers on their communication there, because when you get that little slip screen, it's tough to stay on the inside edge, but Garcia kept good positioning.
Sometimes you put those hands up vertical, but that waist goes out.
You say, look up here, look up here.
You throw that hip into him a little bit. The hands are up here now, but the hips.
I love that. What do you mean? The hands are right here. Right. Is that free throw up and good? Westlake's done a better job at knocking down their free throws, which will be critical down the stretch here. It was one of the things plaguing them in the first quarter. Hampton gets by Weitzel. Cut off by Gardner, and she blocks that one out of bounds.
It's good help. Good help coming over.
That was good. You could kind of see Gardner tracking her all the way and wasn't too aggressive. She kind of let Weitzel ride her to the sideline and timed that one nicely. Some really good athletes on this Demon squad. Henriksen trying to break away. Weitzel They're going to say her foot was on the line before she threw it off Hampton. A good call there.
Yeah.
7 minutes remaining here on Lakewood Sports Channel, presented by First Federal of Lakewood. Glad you're joining us here today on GLC Semifinal Day. EC and Rocky River facing off in Elyria right now, and it will be interesting who's going to come out of there and here for the GLC Championship. Nice job by the Rangers there. Pilgrim almost faked out the driving Coleman.
Great hustle back, though.
Almost a turnover there.
Yeah, that was. And I actually thought that was number 3. That was Coleman that was driving on that one. I thought she was actually going to take that to the hole herself.
Well, when Pilgrim vacated, you thought so. Oh, nice positioning by Gardner. No foul there, as Hampton did a nice job to defend without drawing the foul. Hampton pushes it underneath. Garcia thought about it. She gets underneath. Pilgrim has it now. She's pulled a couple threes today and done a nice job. Hampton with it. You can see the Rangers getting a little sped up here. It'd be good for them to work the ball a little bit up 4. As that is a block underneath as Garcia hits the hardwood, but Hudak and Pilgrim help her up. It's good to see Garcia bounce off that one. That was an emphatic block by Gardner. She already has 2 this quarter.
Yeah, she's been tough in there.
She's turning it up.
It's that length, though.
Yes.
Her, Crest, and Weitzel have that length. It's tough.
And she doesn't, she has the athleticism, but her positioning's almost more impressive. It's Garcia going to try to work the scoop layup. Now Morgan Kress fouls the driving sophomore, and Garcia will go to the line to look to extend this 4-point lead. But Lakewood's just done a nice job of keeping Westlake at arm's length.
They are.
You can see Westlake putting on the pressure to try to go on their own run. But
I don't think you understand how impressive that series was there, though. As a sophomore, you can
first
get the ball,
free throw up and good.
You get it rejected.
Right.
They go right back to you.
Most people would go on the perimeter and say, hey, somebody else
make that move and then feel it and then okay, I got to get rid of it. But now she has really grown up. That's what I love about her, man. She's just and then goes and to the line and knocks her free throws down. I probably jinxed that last one there.
Oh, nice pass ahead underneath, and the freshman Ella Henton. A couple of underclassmen doing it big here in this fourth quarter of the GLC semifinal. Lakewood the 1 seed out of the East. Westlake the 2 seed out of the West. Nice take by Hudak. She traveled, however, and I think she was expecting Henton to be there and maybe try to draw that contact, but nice job by Ella Henton to kind of pull herself away there.
I think if she would have gone up, she might have gotten the foul after.
Right, because she was a step behind, but that jump stop almost, you don't want to say a jump stop cost her, but certainly.
Tell you what, Ella Henton, man, she's going to be a nice player.
Yeah,
freshman.
her and Garcia will be battling for a few more years here. Westlake with that patented cross screen again. Williams found herself underneath. That one no good as Weitzel hit the ground. And now Hampton has it. As a injury timeout. Weitzel will go to the bench here, it looks like. She didn't check herself out of the game, but the ref just stopped and play just to make sure that she was all right. As this will be Lakewood ball underneath. Kind of a odd stoppage there. I don't know if Weitzel was going to take herself out.
I don't think she was, but obviously the ref saw something that was a concern.
Yeah, you always want to side on the – and, again, she was down holding her ankle, so you don't want the play to keep happening around her. As high as intense as this game in, a nice job by the ref to protect the players. Pilgrim stops with it. Henriksen has it now into the hands of Hampton. She'll work against number 3, Sarah Coleman, the junior, against the junior. Into the corner she goes, cut off by Williams. Henriksen got in, and boy, Henriksen has done a nice job of feeling the pressure from the Demons and just being able to know when to shoot that shot. Oh. 5 minutes, 20 seconds remaining.
Not sure what the conversation is here.
I think just checking on the status of Weitzel. She looks okay on the bench there. I'm sure a much-deserved rest here will be short-lived.
Yeah.
As Henriksen automatic from the free throw line.
She has been big. I love the way she's pressing the action, though. She is really not sitting back waiting for it to come to her.
And that one is good. Nice move underneath by Gardner, and she's going to have to step up with Weitzel on the bench.
I think Weitzel's getting ready to check back in now.
Nice layup underneath, and Gardner.
That's 2 in a row for Gardner, man. You don't want to get her going. Now we got a 1-point ball game, right?
It'll be a tight one down the stretch here. No good. Hampton had it for a second. She does gain possession and a much-needed second chance for the Rangers. Hudak from 3. No good. This will be a tight one down the stretch. 38-37, Lakewood leads. Nice reverse there by Henton. Nice rebound by Hudak. They're going to call a travel there on Hudak. She tried to keep her feet but couldn't. And number 5, Weitzel will check back in, the senior, and a timeout from Coach Work. Things have gotten a little bit tense here. Things have gotten a little bit, a little pressure here with a chance to go to the GLC Championship on the line, certainly.
As I think we knew it would, right? I mean, we knew this was going to probably come down to it. It's been a great game.
It's been a fantastic game, and I think for some of the 38-37. I mean, the defense has been almost as impressive as some of the shot making because these are two teams that have been nightmarish for teams in the GLC, and to see them go at it one another, take each other's best shot, can't ask for anything more.
Surely can't.
As the fourth quarter is presented by First Federal of Lakewood. They are a proud sponsor of Lakewood High School, and they are rooted in all the communities they serve. First Federal has supported the personal and business banking needs of its customers since 1935. Visit ffl.net to learn more today, as Westlake will have a baseline out of bounds here, working against Lakewood's defense. Underneath it goes to Gardner. She's been hot in this fourth quarter, and she continues. The right-handed hook shot for Gardner puts Westlake on top. 4 minutes remaining. 6 points in a row for Gardner, the senior. Westlake going to work here. You can imagine they're probably going to put Lakewood in a tough position here and make them think a little bit. That one poked away by Gardner. She has been all over this fourth quarter. Here she comes again. The layup is good. Weitzel puts it back up, and that one is good. But Gardner started the break. Weitzel finished the break, and that has been the formula for the Demons, now leading by 3.
That's just a tough two-headed monster, man.
Nice pick set there by Hudak. Hampton into the corner. Looking. Henriksen going to launch a 3. That one is good! Molly Henriksen knock it in! The senior.
They must have called it a long two, huh?
That one out of bounds, off Weitzel's hands, and Molly Henriksen has got this gym exploding.
Wow.
Tell a neighbor, tell a friend to tune into this one, because this is becoming an instant classic on the Lakewood Sports Channel on GLC TV. 3 minutes remaining. Lakewood trailing by 1. Hudak works it. Garcia finds herself open. Sophomore going to take her time with it. Couple more screens for Hudak. Sam works her way in. Jackie going to launch a 3. That one no good. Nice rebound by Kress underneath. You like the aggressiveness from Jackie Hudak there.
Yep. You do. You
got to take open shots when you can find them against this Westlake defense. And that's going to be a block on Hudak. She was bowled over there by Westlake, but as tough as they come. I believe that is the 4th foul on Hudak.
Must be, yeah.
Hampton looking like she's working off a cramp in the corner there as Gardner, boy, she has been the story in this 4th quarter.
She's so tall. You have a guard guarding her, and it's really, once she catches it that deep, there's nothing we can do.
Right, she just has been turning over her shoulder and getting what she wants. Pilgrim found herself underneath. Nice job recognizing she was a little too far under. Hudak's jump shot no good. They're going to work it around. Pilgrim's going to launch a 3. That one too long. And rebounded again by Kress. 2 big rebounds by Morgan Kress, number 22.
It just seems like Westlake's getting the shots they want, and we're not.
A clarification that shot by Sam Hudak, we thought it was a 3, but it looks like it was just counted as a 2-point bucket because Lakewood trailed by 3 at that moment, and it's now 43-40. 2 timeouts for Lakewood. 3 timeouts
I thought that was the one that
Hendrickson
hit, right? The last one that Hendrickson hit was counted as a 2, I believe. Man.
I got word from the GLC TV Twitter account that EC has beaten Rocky River. So the winner of this game will go to the Coliseum. What a setting that will be to decide the winner of this conference. A 3-point game here. A quiet gym here, given the moment. 2 minutes and 5 seconds left.
The suspense is something else, man.
It is, but Lakewood has certainly
cut it with a knife.
Yes, Lakewood has taken the best punch here.
By the way, the baseball boys said give a shout out to Lakewood baseball. I said I'd tell Coach Graves.
Hey, shout out Lakewood baseball. We really worked our butts off this morning. There's some good guys in the front row there.
Yep, the fan section over there is on their feet.
They lost their most senior member, but they're still bringing the noise. Coach Brian Higginbotham was in there getting the student section louder.
Coach Higgs did his part. He's like, he's just a fire starter.
A little bit of pressure here from the Demons. What do you expect from the Rangers here to get back into this one, Coach Harper? Are they going to design something here or just kind of keep it open set?
I'm sure they're going to run their motion, but they got to really take care of the ball, right?
Yes.
I mean, first and foremost. And, work the ball a little bit. Don't get impatient. Get the shots you want to get. It's there.
Just got to move without it. Garcia looking for the ball. Pilgrim works it around. Hudak thought about a 3. She's going to drive in. No good. Hendrickson open from deep. That one is good! Millie Hendrickson. She's the record holder for a reason.
She'll tell you, I'm not the one to leave open.
43-43. Oh, everybody on their feet, including the play-by-play man here.
Fantastic
Chance of
shot.
Defense coming from the corner of Bunsen Franklin. You can probably hear it from wherever you are in the 44107.
The senior has done everything to put this team on her back. I love it.
Westlake going to run a little bit of a stall with the game right there. A double dribble by Gardner, not called.
Woo.
Kress working it now. Garcia working, putting the pressure on. And a timeout by head coach Corey Rojek. As Lakewood did a nice job to defend without fouling there. You thought they were going to hold it for a little bit longer than they did. Then Gardner kind of went there.
Yeah.
But maybe sometimes you can run a little bit of a fake stall sometimes, right?
That's true.
To try to open up that driving.
Well, it's a tied ball game, so I think, if you get the ball in the hands of your best player, you're good with whatever happens at this point, right?
Well, now just one timeout remaining for the Demons. A tie game, 43-43, 59.2 seconds remaining. 2 timeouts left for the home team, the Rangers. The winner of this game will be going to the Coliseum on Wednesday night to take on the Elyria Catholic Panthers.
Oh, Coach Graves, I can't even think that far ahead. Man. This is too good. Can't even think that far ahead, man.
This has been a classic. No matter what happens here, what a great effort. Super proud of both teams today. This is what high school sports is all about. These two teams giving it their all and really leaving it all out there on the court. Crowd on their feet here at Lakewood High School. Tie ball game. Chance to go to the championship game. As loud as this gym has been this year. Weitzel has it. They were going to run that little pick action down the middle of the lane. Lakewood cut it off.
Weitzel, they fell off of Weitzel for a minute with the communication.
She could have turned the other way, yes. Gardner has it. She has been on fire in this fourth quarter. Weitzel gets herself open on the block. Lakewood doing a nice job to defend it. Kress pulled down the rebound. No good. That one's tipped out of bounds by looked like Weitzel, but they're going to say the Rangers tipped that one out with 39 seconds remaining. Some really nice actions by the Demons.
That height is tough on the offensive boards, man.
Absolutely.
I mean, you really have
Kress
to commit.
has been coming up big on the offensive and
You have to really commit to bodying up. Oh, here comes that screen, flex screen. That flex
Hampton cut it off. They're going to call a hold on Hampton. And they are going to go to shoot 1-and-1. And we talked about it. Free throws were going to be big down the stretch here.
Oh, yeah. They've run that inbound flex screen to perfection with her about 3 times on a score.
And it looked like Hampton switched off nicely, but might have had too much of the jersey there on Gardner, who has certainly been a handful. Lakewood's going to box out here. Gardner's free throw up and nothing but net from the senior.
So silky smooth. Her stroke is so
big-time
smooth.
player, number 11 is.
Oh, yeah.
Coach Work getting ready to call a timeout at the result of this free throw. Just 30 seconds remaining here, but with no shot clock, this isn't the end of the world for the Rangers because they're going to get a chance on their end as well. Hudak has it. They're going to get to the timeline here and call a timeout. Draw something up here with 32.7 seconds left. Westlake in the driver's seat, but Lakewood has a lot of options here. Hendrickson's been hot. Garcia has done a nice job in the post and getting to the free throw line. And, of course, you got Hudak, Hampton, and Pilgrim, who can also force the defense into a tough spot. But the Lakewood staff is going to confer on this one.
Hey, listen, man, plenty of time, right? Over half a minute left. You have to think that you have to get the ball in Molly Hendrickson's hands, right? Good or bad, whatever happens from that time. If you can run
I
some
think
kind
you
of
can live with it.
Yeah, but maybe maybe a little Garcia in the post.
32 seconds, right?
Garcia in the post. If you don't have that, then let a playmaker do what she does, right?
Now you. Thinking you might see Carroll here to help out on the offensive glass if needed, but I think this has been the lineup all year. I think this is the group that is going to make or break here, a chance at the GLC Championship. Westlake coming out with their game faces on. It's Williams, Kress, Gardner, Weitzel, and the freshman Ellen Henton. And for the Rangers, it'll be Hendrickson, Garcia, Pilgrim, Hudak, and Sydney Hampton. Crowd on their feet here at the corner of Bunsen Franklin.
Coach Rojak tells you all you need to know about what he thinks about his freshman and her defense,
yes,
number 33.
absolutely.
She's on the floor at the end here.
And she's come up in some big spots today. Couple of impressive underclassmen for the Rangers and the Demons. Garcia works it. They get it into the corner. Hendrickson got it in. Gardner.
Just what I thought.
Tipped it away, and you could kind of see because she had been shading that shoulder there, and a nice deflection by number 11. Baseline out of bounds now. Lakewood going into their stack formation. Hampton pops out. Garcia not open underneath. Hampton got it over, tipped away, and Williams tips it out of bounds. 25 seconds left now.
Fantastic heady play by Williams Sr., knowing it was coming back and getting her hand in the mix.
Westlake tough as nails down the stretch. Lakewood
I like
looking
it,
to
though.
crack the
Lakewood
code.
has gotten the ball in Molly Henderson's hands twice here. You got to get it in her hands.
Yep. And they're double teaming Garcia underneath, shading her. Pilgrim has it, had a moment. They get it down underneath the Garcia. Over her left shoulder. That one blocked by Gardner. What a defensive effort by number 11. Weitzel now is grabbed by Hendrickson. And like you said, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's the time where she's got to go in strong and at least make sure she gets the contact to get the foul. Things that the next 2 years she'll know.
Oh, absolutely.
She'll definitely know.
And these two teams are primed for some matchups down the stretch here in the next few years.
One of the things
it is 1-1 at the line here for Weitzel. First one up, no good. Oh, caught the front of the rim. I spoke too soon.
You jinxed it.
I did.
I'm going to need you to reserve your talk until after the ball is off the cylinder, sir.
I've been told that a time or two. One timeout remaining for the Rangers. You can be sure they'll take it as a result of this free throw. Up and in. Weitzel cool as the other side of the pillow.
That's big-time senior play right there.
Not going to call a timeout. Hudak working it. Underneath she goes. She gets it to Hampton. It's got to put it up. That layup is good. No ability to call a timeout there. And Westlake, a 2-point win over the Rangers. What an effort. What an afternoon of GLC basketball here. Lakewood coming up 2 points short in this one.
I mean, Westlake is an impressive team. And if it goes to show that, they came in second on the West, that's a tough side of the bracket, right?
It will be Westlake and EC in the championship game. It will be Lakewood and Rocky River in the consolation bracket for third place. And what an effort by both the Lakewood and Westlake squads. Really, really good matchup effort on both sides of the court. Could not be prouder of these student athletes.
Yep.
As the Lakewood crowd giving them a big ovation here as they head off. But we've been waiting for this Lakewood River rematch that we will get on Wednesday night. That we'll be looking forward to that
I
one.
think we said that in the last
Yes.
broadcast. I said I would. I'd love to see that rematch from beginning of the season to the end of the season. I think the Rangers are a different squad.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us today on the GLC TV on Lakewood Sports Channel. This was a good one, the GLC Semifinal with Grant Graves, Mike Harper, Danny Arth behind the camera. It was a valiant effort from your Rangers, just falling short by 2 points, and we cannot be prouder of this Lakewood Rangers squad. Have a good rest of your Saturday, and go Rangers.
Go Rangers.